We all love Xiaomi phones, don't we? I mean, we can all agree that Xiaomi makes some great budget smartphones that we can recommend to anyone. But of late, things have gotten confusing. What with Xiaomi launching a number of phones in a similar price bracket? Here's what I'm talking about. Hey guys, this is Rupesh from Beebom.com, and as the title gives away, today I'll be talking about the fact that Xiaomi smartphones have started to compete with each other, which is actually very confusing. Before I get into more detail, I'd suggest you to hit the bell icon to make sure you get notified every time we post a new video. Also, this video has been brought to you by the Tiki app, which lets you make high quality and cheap international calls to any mobile number out there. Well, I'll talk about Tiki at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Now then, let's get started. Let me start off with the newly announced Redmi Y2. The latest selfie-focused budget smartphone was announced earlier this month and starts at Rs 10,000. It's got the same old Snapdragon 625 chipset, 3GB or 4GB of RAM, dual AI cameras, a 16MP selfie camera, an 18:9 display and a 3080 mAh battery. It all sounds pretty nice, right? Well, the confusion begins when you take a look at the Redmi Note 5, which like the Y2 starts at Rs 10,000. It's got the same Snapdragon 625, the same RAM and storage, but it has a 12MP rear camera and a 5MP front camera, which is underwhelming when compared to the Y2. However, it has a 4000 mAh battery and a Full HD Plus display compared to the HD Plus display on the Y2. So if you go with the Note 5, you get a larger battery and a better display but an underwhelming camera. But if you go with the Y2, you get better cameras but an average display and a smaller battery. It's like there's no win-win situation here. But the confusion does not end here. The Redmi 5 starts at Rs 8,000 and the Redmi Y1 starts at 9,000. Let's compare the 3GB variant of the Redmi 5 versus the 3GB variant of the Redmi Y1. They are priced the same. But apart from the front camera where the Y1 is better, obviously because it's a selfie-focused phone, the Redmi 5 is just a way better phone. It's got a better, more modern display, it has a newer, faster processor. So why keep the Y1 at all? I mean, the Redmi Y2 is here, so why not just phase the Redmi Y1 away and make things a little simpler for buyers? Lastly, there's the Redmi 5A and the Redmi Y1 Lite. The Redmi 5A's 3GB RAM variant is priced the same as the Redmi Y1 Lite, and again, the phones are pretty similar. Yeah, it's very confusing. The Y1 Lite is basically a larger Redmi 5A with a lower amount of RAM and storage. I mean, if Xiaomi wanted to offer a 5A-like phone with a larger display, it could have named it 5A Plus to make things simpler. The Y1 Lite seriously does not make any sense here. It just makes things confusing. That was a lot of phones, and I'm pretty sure you're as confused as I am right now. Anyway, so right now we have a total of 6 Xiaomi smartphones in the sub Rs 10,000 price range. And all of these phones compete with each other, with the Redmi 5A starting at Rs 6,000 and the Redmi Note 5 starting at Rs 10,000. Basically, you have 6 Xiaomi smartphones in the Rs 6,000 to Rs 10,000 price range. That's a lot of phones in a very small price bracket. Honestly, it's a mess. Sure, it could be beneficial for Xiaomi since they have a budget smartphone in every little price bracket here. But honestly, it's not the same for the buyers. Plus, it should get even more confusing now that Xiaomi has announced the Redmi 6 and 6A in China, which should come to India soon. What also irks me is the fact that Xiaomi every now and then talks about how they're not able to produce enough Note 5 and Note 5 Pro units because of manufacturing constraints, but weirdly enough, they're able to launch so many new smartphones in the same price range. I mean, for a new smartphone, you have to make a new mold, new PCB designs, new CAD drawings and so much more. How is Xiaomi doing all of that with the, manufacturing constraints? Honestly, if you ask me, rather than launching new smartphones every other month in the same price range, Xiaomi should have launched a couple of new mid-range smartphones in the 20 to 30,000 rupees price bracket, because that would be awesome. Just imagine the Mi 8 SE with its Snapdragon 710 processor, nice design, some good cameras at say Rs 25 to 26,000. I mean, at that price, the only real competitor would be the Nokia 7 Plus. And let's face it, the Mi 8 SE easily blows it out of the water. Also, how about Xiaomi launched their flagships in India? The last Xiaomi phone with the price upwards of 30,000 was the Mix 2, and that was announced last year. The Mi 6 did not come to India, the Mi Mix 2S did not come to India, and now even with the Mi 8, You must suggest that Xiaomi is only bringing the Mi 8 SE here. Why not the Mi 8? Why not the Mi 8 Explorer edition? Think about it. The Mi 8 at a price under Rs 40,000 in India, that'll give the OnePlus 6 some very good competition. The point is, everyone's just tired of the same old budget Xiaomi phones with the same Snapdragon 625 or whatever 425, the similar designs and the same price range. I mean, there's no excitement in new Xiaomi phones these days. So Xiaomi, if you're listening, do something. Bring us some exciting smartphones. I mean, how about phones that take on Nokia's high-end phones or OnePlus flagships or even the Pixel phones? Scratch that, just the Nokia phones and the OnePlus phones. Now that would be interesting, right? Honestly, that's what would make Xiaomi interesting for me again. Talking about interesting things, Tiki is a calling app aimed at people who live abroad or travel a lot and want to call back home. First of all, the app is very user-friendly and making calls from the app is as easy as it gets. You can dial a number or just dial a contact, it's easy. Plus the app brings excellent voice quality and you don't need high-speed internet to make your calls. Nice. When it comes to the rates, Tiki offers cheap calling rates and you can call other Tiki users for free, which is great. You can either buy Tiki credits or earn credits through a referral program. Well, Tiki is available on Android and iOS, so you should check out Tiki from the link in the description down below. Well, those are our thoughts on Xiaomi phones competing with each other. What do you think about this? Do you think Xiaomi should be launching flagships and mid-range phones in India instead of just budget smartphones? Tell us in the comment section down below. Also, give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends who are annoyed by the sheer number of budget Xiaomi smartphones announced this year. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. But that's me signing off. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.